Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this March the 13th, 2026. I'm hoping everybody had a great Friday out there so far, but had a great Friday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe as well and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we'll be taking a look at the storm system moving across the country. Also, take a look at your local forecast included as well for your weekend outlook. Also, the current watch and warning advisory map for your locating across the nation. Also, we're going to take a look at the Storm Prediction Center outlook. And we got 2 days of severe weather, Sunday and Monday. And also, take a look at the temperature probability hazard for very high heat for the western U.S. So, make sure you subscribe if you have not already. Like the video, share the videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road there, folks. Alright, you can see we got a storm system here across Cuba and also the Bahamas. Also down in South Florida. We got another storm system up here around New Brunswick, to Maine, to Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Ottawa, and Toronto, Canada. Also over here towards Virginia, North Carolina, all the way in this portion of Ohio, Indiana, West Virginia, to Illinois. Then we got another storm system here from Colorado back into Washington, Oregon State, Idaho, Montana. Far east is portion of Minnesota to the Dakota, South Canada. And you can see the system here getting its act together, moving into California. This is the one that's going to continue to bring, kind of catch up with all this moisture here in the western U.S. Bring a significant severe weather outbreak for the portion of the Ohio, River Valley, Tennessee River Valley towards the south, and then toward the Atlantic coastal waters from Georgia all the way up towards the Virginia and also into areas of Maryland and DC area as well. We'll talk about that in just a little bit, but first let's move on into your local forecast. And here is your Saturday outlook. I've got thunderstorms and showers for the coastal waters off the southeast coast, down toward the Bahamas, South Florida, Florida Keys, toward the Big Bend area of Florida, Panhandle, Florida, and Port Central and Northern Gulf. Critical fire weather for western Texas, New Mexico, up in Colorado, also Kansas, Nebraska areas as well, in southeast Wyoming. Then we got mixed precipitation from coast to coast, Washington, Oregon, Northern California, Nevada, Utah to Idaho to from Idaho to Wyoming to Colorado to Iowa, all the way far east to New York State up into southeast Maine. Pockets of heavy snow from Maine to Vermont, New Hampshire, with also in the New York State. Northern Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa to the Dakotas, Montana, Idaho, and a little bit of Oregon and Wyoming areas as well. Alright, we got snow flying up here from northern areas of Maine all the way to New York State, Lake Huron, Lake Superior, back over to Minnesota, all the way over towards Montana, a little bit of Washington, Oregon State as well. And also we got some shower activity south of that line across Nebraska, northern Missouri, and southern Iowa as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Saturday. Alright, let's move on into your Sunday forecast now. It should roll out something like this here. We're still waiting on it to pop up here, but it should be coming up in just a few minutes. Okay, here we go. Shower activity and mixed precipitation in Washington State. Also shower activity down in Oregon, mixed precipitation in Idaho, snow flying over here, Montana and northern Idaho and northeastern areas of Washington State. More snow flying in portions of southeast Montana down to Colorado over toward Minnesota, Wisconsin. Got some heavy snow there as well, straight into northern Michigan and also Lake Superior. Got some freezing rain possible from Iowa to Wisconsin to Minnesota. Lake Huron, also over here towards southeast Canada, western New York State. More freezing rain possible with Maine to Vermont, New Hampshire. But then we got mixed precipitation stretching from Colorado to Oklahoma to Missouri, all the way through Michigan, also New York State over toward Maine, and also New Hampshire, Vermont. Then we got shower activity around Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Pennsylvania, with Virginia, North Carolina up toward Ohio. Severe weather possible from Michigan all the way down to Alabama to Louisiana to Texas. Thunderstorms and showers there as well, stretching along the northern Gulf toward the Florida Keys, northwest Bahamas, up to Georgia, to South Carolina, North Carolina, and portions of southeast Virginia, up toward DC, Delaware, and New Jersey as well. Also stretching up toward Ohio and eastern Kentucky. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Sunday. Alright, let's move on into the current watch and warning advisory map for your location across the nation. And it should roll out something like this here. Alright, we got some extreme heat watches in effect for Southern California, Southern Arizona. Heat advisories over southwestern areas of California. Also red flag warnings over here in areas of New Mexico, up in North Texas, Oklahoma, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, and portions of western Nebraska as well. And you can see we got lots of winter storm warning, winter weather advisories, and high wind warnings. Wind advisories also in effect, stretching from Washington State to Nevada, all the way to areas of Utah, all the way over to the Dakotas, Minnesota, Michigan, to Maine, New York State, all the way down into portions of areas of West Virginia, Kentucky, Ohio. You can see the gold colors, pretty much high wind warnings. The brown colors, high wind warnings. Wind advisories and high wind watches are in effect for portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, and also New Mexico, and a little in portions of Iowa and Missouri. Alright, we still got the flood warnings in effect for portions of Indiana, Illinois, to Arkansas, to Mississippi, Alabama, portion of Louisiana. Alright, we got some flood watches also in Washington, Oregon State, also some avalanche warnings there as well in Oregon, and also in the portions of Montana. Smoke craft advisory given warning from Maine to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, East Coast of Florida, Southern California, Washington State, around the Hawaiian Chain Island, with high wind warnings, flood warnings in effect there as well. Then a little bit across the southern areas of Alaska, some small craft advisories. Alright, let's move on into the Storm Prediction Center Outlook. And it should roll out something like this here for your day number 3, which is Sunday. Alright, marginal risk from Florida Keys all the way to Michigan to East Texas. There's a enhanced risk from Alexandria, Louisiana up to Indianapolis, Indiana, New Orleans all the way up to Fort Wayne and Chicago. Slight risk of severe weather. Probability rolls out like this. And you can see we have a 45% risk across portions of Tennessee, Kentucky, and also in southern Indiana, Illinois, and also southeast Missouri and northeastern areas of Arkansas. You can see the red areas from Louisiana up into Indiana. Slight risk from areas of Michigan all the way down to the Gulf Coast. Then you can see the brown areas, 5%, stretching Texas all the way over toward Florida Keys into Florida. But you can see the significant severe weather. This is where we're expecting large tornado, damaging winds, and large hail as well. Alright, here's a look at day number 4, which is Monday. And it should roll out like this. You can see here's the Scranton, Pennsylvania to Tallahassee, Florida, 15%. And from Charleston to Columbia to Charlotte to areas of Wilmington all the way up toward Baltimore and Washington, D.C. And in the Pennsylvania, there's that 30% risk area. Would not be surprised to see a moderate risk could be added in this. And also day number 3 as well. So we will keep you up to date and see what happens. Alright, here's a look at the temperature probability for high temperature. Well, very hot temperature that is. And it should roll out something like this here across the board. We're still waiting on it. Here we go. Here's 321 to 322. Looking for portion. Let's see, from Texas all the way to Nevada to Idaho to portion of Wyoming. And then you can see we have a slight risk from central Texas to California to Oregon, all the way over toward Nebraska, and a little bit in southwestern areas and western areas of Arkansas, Missouri, and also portion of northwest Louisiana. Could be a heat dome set up over here, so would not be surprised to see some very hot temperatures set up in this area here over during the March 21st to the 27th time frame. So, alright, well, everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like the video, share the video. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Friday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because the only weather you got.